Have you ever found yourself wondering if she's actually interested or just being polite? You know that feeling when you can't quite tell if those mixed signals mean something more, or if you're just reading too much into things. Let's be real. Understanding these signs can save you time, energy, and yes, even some heartache. Nobody wants to invest their emotions in someone who isn't reciprocating those feelings. And more importantly, learning to read these signals helps you respect both her boundaries and your own worth. Now, before we dive into these 7 revealing signs, here's something crucial to remember. These aren't universal rules set in stone. Every person is different, and sometimes life circumstances can make someone seem disinterested when they're actually dealing with personal matters. Think of these signs more like helpful guideposts rather than absolute truths. But when you notice several of these signs consistently, that's when it's time to pay attention. Let's explore these 7 key signs that might indicate she's not as interested as you hope. Sign number 1. Delayed or minimal communication. You send her a message, and hours turn into days before you get that 2-word response. Sound familiar? When she's consistently taking ages to reply and her responses are usually just "yeah" or "okay," that's a clear signal. Pay attention to her social media behavior too. She's actively posting stories and liking other people's content, but somehow never sees your messages? Or maybe she responds to everyone's comments except yours. That's not a coincidence. Think about it. In today's world, we're all glued to our phones. If someone's interested, they make time to respond, even if it's just a quick emoji. They engage, they ask questions back, they keep the conversation flowing. Remember, if she's interested, you won't be left on read for days. Sign number 2. The busy pattern. We've all heard it. "Sorry, I'm really busy right now." And sure, everyone has a life, work, and responsibilities. But here's the truth. When someone's genuinely interested, they find ways to make time, even during their busiest days. Watch out for that pattern of consistent unavailability. She's always working late, or there's always some emergency, or maybe she's just not feeling up to it today. Even more telling? Those last-minute cancellations that keep happening, usually followed by vague excuses and no attempt to reschedule. Let's be honest, if someone's interested in you, they'll put in the effort to see you. They might be busy, but they'll suggest alternative times or make concrete plans for when they're free. Sign number 3. Physical distance maintenance. Ever notice how some people naturally lean in during conversations while others keep their distance? Well, body language never lies. When she's constantly creating physical barriers, like keeping her arms crossed, positioning her body away from you, or maintaining an unusually large personal space bubble. These aren't random choices. Pay attention to those little moments. Maybe she subtly steps back when you step closer, or she quickly pulls away from any accidental touches. Even in group settings, she might choose seats far from you or position herself where direct interaction is minimal. Look, we all have different comfort zones with personal space, but when someone's interested, they typically find natural ways to reduce that physical gap, not maintain it. Sign number 4. Lack of personal questions. Notice how your conversations feel like a one-way street? You're asking about her day, her interests, her dreams, but when was the last time she asked about yours? This is a big one, folks. When someone's interested, they're naturally curious about your life. Instead, you might find yourself stuck in those surface-level conversations. You know the type, basic small talk about the weather, work, or generic topics that don't go anywhere deeper. And here's what's really telling. Even when you share something personal or important, she doesn't follow up or dig deeper. Think about it. We ask questions about things we care about. If she's not showing any curiosity about your life, thoughts, or feelings, she's probably not invested in getting to know you better. Sign number 5. The friend zone signals. Listen closely to how she introduces you to others. It's more revealing than you might think. If you're always my friend, or worse, this guy I know, even after spending considerable time together, that's a pretty clear signal. No special introductions, no hints at anything more. And then there's the type of activities she's willing to do with you. Notice how she's totally fine grabbing lunch in a group setting, but somehow always has plans when you suggest a dinner for two. Or maybe she only reaches out when she needs help with something or wants company for errands. Remember, someone who sees you as more than a friend will create opportunities for more intimate, one-on-one moments. If you're permanently stuck in group hangouts or daytime coffee meets, you might want to read between the lines. Sign number 6. No future planning. Ever try making plans for next week, next month, or that upcoming event? Pay attention to her response. When someone's not interested, they become masters of the vague reply. Maybe? We'll see. I'll let you know. But somehow, that definite answer never comes. Watch how she handles concrete invitations. You suggest a specific date and time, but she keeps things fuzzy. There's always a reason why she can't commit. She needs to check her schedule, see what else comes up, or wait for other plans to solidify. And let's be real, if those plans do involve you, they're usually last-minute or convenience-based. Here's the truth. When someone's interested, they get excited about future plans with you. They don't just avoid committing, they actively help make those plans happen. Sign number 7. The energy difference. Ever notice how she lights up in group settings, but that energy mysteriously disappears when it's just the two of you? This contrast is like night and day. In groups, she's laughing, engaging, sharing stories, but in one-on-one situations, she suddenly becomes reserved, checking her phone, or seeming distracted. Pay attention to her investment in your conversations. Does she actively contribute, or are you constantly carrying the discussion? When someone's interested, they match your energy. They build on your topics, share their own stories, and keep that conversational momentum going. Think about it. Genuine interest can't be switched on and off like a light switch. If you're seeing a dramatic energy drop when others aren't around, that's not just shyness. It's probably a sign she's not feeling that connection. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned. From delayed responses and constant busy excuses to physical distance and that telling energy difference, these 7 signs can help you read between the lines of someone's interest level. Remember, though, this isn't about making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Every person is unique, and these signs are just tools to help you be more aware in your interactions. The key is to respect both their signals and yourself. If you're seeing several of these signs consistently, it might be time to have an honest conversation with yourself. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do, both for yourself and for them, is to recognize when someone's not on the same page as you. Don't let this discourage you. Instead, use this knowledge to focus your time and emotional energy on connections that feel mutual and genuine. The right person will make their interest clear. No detective work needed. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on relationships and personal growth. Drop a comment below sharing your experiences. Let's learn from each other.